お前の祈りに応えた。いい兆しだとオイラは思うぞ。ほら、大教会の時計台に登ってみよう。すっごいいい景色だよ。雨か。視界が悪いね。気をつけてね。本当に気持ちいいな。
Hello! Can you tell that I missed you guys? Let me just click that up. Hello, Chesawasis. Hi, welcome to the stream. I have one ear cup. What is this called? I don't know. I have one of these off my ear, and whenever I hear myself in real time, like real like without headphones, I'm always really self-conscious of how I speak. Like I feel like I speak really weird. Like I prefer to have like I hear myself less with these on, and this is feels more comfortable. But I have a pie in the oven. So I need to be able to hear when the oven beeps for me and says that I need to go get it. Oh, I feel you on that. Majority of people feel like that, so you're not alone. Yes, I know. Most people don't like how they sound, and it just feels weird to, I don't know. Anyways. So, just if I seem a bit, like, fluttered, is that even a word? I don't know. Like, a bit weirded out, that's because I hear myself. Normally, I don't hear myself this loud. Or like this clearly. My day has been good. For some kind of reason, it's now really hot. We've had every single kind of weather today. We've had like pouring rain. We've had, hold on, let me just adjust the audio and game like that. Yeah, we've had pouring rain, really cold, really hot, like windy, sunny. It's been a weird day, but it's fine. I just right now I'm like really hot because I have the lights, and for some reason, and I have the oven on, and also it's for some reason it's really warm right now. Also, Nemo, as always, is being a complete nemesis. Like he's literally my nemesis. I don't know what he's doing, but he's meowing at me and I don't know where he is. He wants to play, but I don't have time to play right now. Well, I do, but a different game. Anyways, I was making myself a pie and I just thought that I'd really want to play some Genshin. And then I feel like I have to stream Fontaine at least at the beginning with the archon quest. I know you probably wouldn't mind if I skipped like some part of it, but I just feel like we're on this journey together. And I feel weird to not streaming, so now I'm kind of like what is the squeezing in like little streams every once in a while, every time I have time. because I really want to stream, play in Fontaine for the Archon quest. Also, if we succeed, tomorrow I'm gonna play with Simming Bird, the second part of the We Were Here too. And we're gonna play that at like my evening time, or like hers as well. We live quite in similar time zones. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna have a little We Were Here too evening. Unless something happens, obviously, but we have planned it at least. It's your stream, we're just here for the ride. Yes, I know, but I just feel like we're in this Archon quest together now, so I don't feel like I can just play on my own, and I don't know if that is as fun. Like, I really like to stream the quests because they're just I don't know, they're so special, and I like to be able to look back at them. I wish I had, like, sometimes I'd be playing, YouTube obsessed. Yeah, I am obsessed. Some quests I do in game, like just on my own, and then sometimes I really wish I had streamed that so I could like go back and watch it. So yeah, I really want to do quests more on streams, and then I can do all the other stuff on my own, and some like world quests and stuff like that. Anyways, let's start by doing the dailies, because that's what I want to do. I need the prims, and we are gonna go to Inazuma then. Hello Resky as well. I don't know if I said hello, but hi, welcome to the stream. Also, why Genshin instead of Palia? Because I am so excited of both, so I'm gonna try and like alternate between them two, so that I play them like equally, if that makes sense, because I'm just as excited to play Palia as I am playing Genshin. I hear my pie. It's my oven is beeping. Give me a second.
If the Arataki gang stirs up any trouble, I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize.
Okay, it needs a tad bit of more time, so I will go get it once it is ready in just a minute. Okay, so first of all, let's do some dailies. I'll try to do them quickly. I like that we can do these, because obviously primogems, they're quite neat. But sometimes I'm just like, I'm tired of doing these over and over, but I also can't just not do them. Well, I can not do them, but I don't want to. And also, sometimes when you... Oh my goodness, Nemo is like jumping on the walls. Sometimes you do the quest certain times, the same quest, and then you get like a reward or some kind of other ending or something like that. And I'm trying to get the achievements from Inazuma. Where is it? Inazuma, the Islands of Thunder. All shrines of depth in Narukami Island, Kanazuka, and Yashiori Island areas of Inazuma. Shrines of depth. What is a shrine of depth? Do I have a shrine? Still unlocked. I'm a bit confused by that. Anyways, I don't remember which one it is, but you get achievements once you like get these done, like certain daily commissions. I'm excited to see what you watch that. Do you know that Fontaine is actually a fan of inventing something? Like the camera I use is invented by people. Yes, I knew that. Yes, Fontaine is kind of the technologically advanced nation. Okay. Let's do this. Now I'm like thrown off by the shrine thing. I need to Google that, because if I have a shrine somewhere, that's some like major news. Also, what will you do today? We're gonna continue the archon quest, sorry, and then we are doing the dailies. Ooh, Nemo, what are you doing? He's doing something. He's being a naughty boy. I crowned Mr. Al-Haytham. Now he is 10 on 10. Teehee, I'm so excited about that. I'm not. I'm one of those individuals that like see something blind even without trailers. I want everything to be a surprise. I get that. With Fontaine, I went into the whole Archon quest and Fontaine area and region like that. I really wanna experience it on my own and not see trailers and videos and stuff, like know about it. I want to be surprised. Oh, I hate this one. But sometimes I'll be reading some kind of thing in advance. I don't know, it really depends. This time I really wanna... Oh my goodness, let me in. Yeah, this time I really wanna just have it my way and experience everything my way. I don't get it, so you never play it. I know almost nothing of this game. I made it past the character selection portion, that's about it. In Genshin? Oh my god, my pie! Again! Give me a second. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I still need more time with it. I don't know why it's taking so long. Usually it's not this long that it takes. But anyways, I put some of the time now on it, and hopefully I can get it done on the next little opening. I really want this pie, although it's really hot when it comes out of the oven, so I can't be able to... I won't be able to eat it anyways, but nonetheless, I'll still be ready. And I don't all the time need to go get it. And put more, like, time on it. It's not even really a pie. It's rhubarb, banana, oh, sorry. Rhubarb, banana, crumble? I think that's how you would describe it. It's really good, but it takes a bit to bake in the oven. Well, not too bad, it's like half an hour, but still. Today's just taking more than usual for whatever reason. Please, can I teleport? I always tell myself I'll get to it, but always get distracted with something. Oh no. I watch whenever I can. I work from home, so get to catch it often, but get cancelled. Get cancelled. Please don't get cancelled. Get called in to meetings frequently, so miss details that fill in gaps. Yeah. This is kind of one those kind of games that you kind of have to keep. Like if you're playing through the Archon quest or something like that, you kind of have to be in the loop of it. Otherwise, you kind of lose the plot quite quickly, and it's difficult to get into it again. I would know. That happened to me as well at the start, because I think I don't remember what happened, but I played through like probably after Liyue before Inazuma, or after Mondstadt before Liyue. Either way, I played through the Archon quest, and then I got... oh yeah, now I remember. No, it was on Mondstadt early on in the game, sorry. It was the first real Archon quest. That was when... sorry, I'm distracted. When you see... what's the name of the dragon? Dvalin for the first time. So you have to then defeat Dvalin. And I just, for the life of me, you know this story probably. But anyways, I'm gonna tell it anyways. I, for the life of me, could not get it. At the time, I had a friend who also played this, and her brother played Dvalin's quest battle for her, and she could continue playing the main like game. But I don't have, like, physically, I don't have friends who play Genshin. Now I do have one in my like real life that plays Genshin, like one friend, but at that time I had none, so it was quite difficult for me, and it took like maybe 2 months or 3 maybe even for me to get back into the game and try to... no, this is not what I wanted. To get back to the game, because I just couldn't get into... like, I couldn't get into the game once I had stopped. And because I couldn't defeat Dvalin at that time, I was just like kind of stuck. I couldn't proceed on the Archon quest, and I lost kind of interest for the game in general. And that was quite a hard time for my Genshin playing era. But eventually, as you can see, I did defeat Dvalin, and it was fine after that. I could get into the story and like in it way more, and it was fine. But it's a hard game. If you fall out of it, it's hard to get back into. There's just so much content too. I mean, I always say, even to Monica, if you want to get like synopsis about Dream, ask me. Yes, I agree. I hang out whenever I can. Always good vibes in here. Aw, thank you. I love the emote with a little blanket. The thing about Archon Quest is, if you just recently played this, you need to finish Sumeru Archon Quest, Mondstadt Archon Quest in order to get to play Fontaine Archon Quest. Yes. This is one of those games that you absolutely have to play in order. Not necessarily everything, like you can do like world quests and character quests in any order, but the other, like the main game, main quests and stuff, you have to play in order. You're not able to play them in your desired order, so it makes it a bit hard to play sometimes. I have today off, so that may be why I see more chatty. Oh, that's nice. But we take you lurking and we take you chatting. Both are fine. 2 months? Maybe something like 2 months. I can't remember.
standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Vache,
What's wrong?
vache, vache.
What is this?
No, Paimon didn't say anything.
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds.
Okay, it's definitely been 4 minutes. Why is my oven not beeping? This is suspicious. The timer didn't go off because it was not on, but look at the pie. Yummy! Oh my god, imagine I drop it on the floor. Look at the pie. So yummy. I'm scared that Nemo's gonna eat my pie. He loves to just wreck everything. Do you see Arlecchino in one of those trailers? Maybe he will play sinister role in the game. Well, she is in Fatui, so definitely. For my favorite Harbinger is like Tartaglia and Scaramouche. I like both. From like design wise, I think my favorite one is, I forgot their name, but the girl with the lacy thing, like lacy blindfold. I forgot her name. What is her name? No, nothing coming up. I forgot her name. I think design wise, I'm like most excited for her. But I'm really interested to see Arlecchino as well. Also, please tell me about the taste. So sorry. Design is definitely Dottore. Do you see he clones himself in different colors? I hate Dottore. I hate him so much. I can't even look at fan art. I know like he's cool looking and stuff, but I can't. Like I hate him too much to even appreciate the character design. Like I am fuming. I hate him. That looks great. Thank you. Okay.
Lynette, you scared Paimon. What?
Lyney asked me to wait here for you. Remember?
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides, it's the middle of the day.
Paimon, everything is not about you, you know that?
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
It's because of her sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what? What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer me. When do you cry?
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon
contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? Huh. If you are hearing their emotions, then Paimon wonders what happened to them.
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Lyney might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
Nemo is just sitting in his tower, looking at my pie. Sometimes I believe Paimon is like the spirit of the Luminaether, because then when they are being asked, they just like hum, think, or pose. Yeah, it's just because it's easier that way, I think, for the game to work like that. But wait, I lost sight of him. Oh no, he's in his tower. It's fine. I don't want him to eat my pie. What was I saying? Oh yes, it's an ongoing joke at this point that Paimon just talks for the Traveler, but it's really annoying sometimes.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Lyney.
Also cool, well, not trick, but cool little fact. Ooh, nice! We can offer, this is the place we can offer the sigils. Oh, that's really cool. I think yesterday, I managed to finish Inazuma's sigil collection, the sacred sakura tree. I'm very happy about that. But I saw this on Twitter. If you go in here, maybe you need.
Not sure what to do next. How about I take you on a walk?
Yeah, maybe we need to do something before, or finish a quest or something. Anyways, at some point, if you come here, or maybe it's during night or something, nighttime, you can hear. I think it's the Hydro Archon, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. But you can hear somebody cry, like a character cry, and like be really sad and say like sad words. The ongoing joke is like when they become emergency food. Yes, I would absolutely eat Paimon. Like, she's so annoying sometimes. I would cook her really well and just put her in a little salad or a pizza pocket. Alright. Let's go into the opera house. Ooh. Oh, this is exciting.
Traveler and Paimon, good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment. I'll fetch the tickets. The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Ooh, front row seats. Thanks, Lyney.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Lyney, could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lyney.
This looks just like a really nice fancy opera, or like a really cool, really important place. Oh, I love this already. About Nahida, I actually asked people to let her play with water because they say her head will grow a mushroom, but I only get her turned into fungus once. Wait, what? I don't understand what you're saying. Also about the language, do you get storage for Japanese, Chinese or Korean language? Like, can you use that language? You mean in the game? You can change the game's language into any language they offer if you want. But I prefer English because I understand it. Like, I don't have to read it. But I know a lot of people... Oh, this is so cool. I know a lot of people prefer Chinese or Japanese voice over, even if they... Wait, how do I get down like the normal way? Do I not? I think I don't. Okay, we need to go downstairs. I don't know why I got up. Why did I get up? I'm actually not so... Oh, okay, that's confusing. Anything for me to pick up? No. Oh, this is so cool. I love this theater. Oh, this is so cool. Is that Novelette? I think that's Novelette, right? Sorry, my nose is running again. Yes, Nahida turns into fungus in Nahida's story quest Homecoming. Ah, you mean that one. Yes, you can't make her do that any other time. Like, she just... It's tied to the quest. Most people I know play Japanese and they are dubbed with famous voice actors from Japan. Yes. I just like to be able to understand them.
Hey, traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still. It's kinda awkward if we don't say anything.
It's not awkward if you just mind your own business. You are awkward. Let me just sit in peace.
Of course you put this on Paimon.
Well, yes, I was just sitting on this chair, having no problems, sitting in silence. It's you that has a problem.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
Paimon, you literally embarrass me in every
I would
situation.
be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down.
Do you ever? Even your whisper is like shouting. For Ryotasley, I still don't know how to say his name. He's voiced by Yotaro from JoJo, and Novelette is voiced by Levi from Attack of Titans. I haven't seen neither of them, so I can't say anything. Sorry, but that's good.
Friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Lyney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
I understand why so many people love his design. Like, I understand it. It's just not my thing. Like, I could never look at him and be like, oh, daddy. I look at only Zhongli like that.
Oh, so you're not friends with Lyney then? This is getting more awkward by the second.
Oh my god, Paimon.
I nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Teyvat.
Yes, he's I'm not sure if he carries a vision, but yes, he is a Hydro.
By proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am.
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor
Nervillet.
to have you here to see my show.
That's a weird way to say that.
Ah, Mr. Lyney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
He has a similar voice to Zhongli though. Like, his character and Zhongli's character are a similar vibe, I think.
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be?
Why do they say it that way? Like, it has an R, nerve. It's weird.
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is.
Nervillet. That's so weird. If we think about this written in French, like nouveau is new, I think it would be Nervillet and not Nervillet. Or maybe I'm hearing it wrong, but it's weird.
Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
Oh my god, not Farina. Oh, I hate her.
Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon.
He also beautiful too. It's different. His voice is Ray Chase. Also, it is inspired from Village from France. So he's basically like the direct subordinate from the Farina. What a name. Yes. I still don't know why she's called Farina or Lady Farina and also Focalord or Fossalord. I don't know which way it is.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before! Ooh, they're dimming the lights! The show must be starting!
Oh my god, Baimon, shut up! She's even worse than people that talk during movies, although I have to come clean and I am the one. I am the one that speaks during movies. I just can't hold my excitement. But Paimon is like 10 times worse.
Sorry, Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Yes, or I will decapitate you.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Lyney.
I want his shoes so bad.
And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Oh my
Now,
goodness.
some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today.
Oh, they're giving away their
I
visions.
myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
When you ask her to shut up, then she will. I wish it was like that.
Without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
Oh my god, I can't blink.
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless.
It's a cutscene. This is so cool. Now I feel like I can't blink.
Huh?
This is so cool. I love
But
magic
this isn't what you
tricks.
came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
That's so cool, but there's way enough space in the like bottom of the tank for her to just disappear there.
I'm back.
And she's all dry and everything. That was cool. Also, their clothes is incredibly distinct from the rest, like with the frilly shirt but without sleeve.
Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Exactly, Paimon.
That's right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing.
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all. In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if
Can
my
I be
assistants
that?
could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap. Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow, how's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lyney have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meropide.
Oh, okay.
Alright, before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58. 60, 59, 58! That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
54, 53, 52? Why aren't you counting, Nervalette?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Oh, alright. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or
Oh my god.
40, 39.
Every quest becomes more and more hard. Like harder and harder. And more insufferable with Paimon. I have to like, I don't know, I need to go to therapy to unpack my dislike for Paimon. I genuinely believe 1 second that when they say that I thought I asked them to check, it goes into trouble, but woo, you just play with the audience, yes.
Mr. Lyney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, mid-air right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lyney doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
25! 24! 23! What's wrong, Mr. Lyney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds. Hear them counting?
19! 18!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10!
Almost there now.
8!
Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
What about the girl? Are they just forgetting? Oh no, there we go. But she's not coming out, is she? Oh no. How is that even possible?
What happened?
Wait. I'm confused. Did the guy who helped him, did he die? I didn't see him next to the box.
Is this part of the show? Mr. Lyney, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
I'm so confused. I want to ask, do we already do the ever motion mechanical painting event? No, I did not.
Dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Lyney's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage.
Oh my god.
As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance, and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearance.
I was thinking about this.
The serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Lyney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
Oh, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not?
Well, there are several plot holes in her little accusation, but let's not focus on them now.
Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
That can't be right. How can Lyney do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Lyney and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
I just think that he... Well, I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Lyney, won't you? After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met. Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met. But with Lyney's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Lyney's attorney and defend him in this case?
Don't do that. You know nothing of this place. You know no laws. How are you supposed to be an attorney?
Very well.
Attorney.
The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth.
Okay, this was the worst idea the Traveler has ever made.
Lyney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot Outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
We need Yamfei desperately. Why did we agree to this?
Lyney!
At least we're able to talk to him.
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
I don't
Good
think
to
so.
hear. Thank you so much for trusting me.
He has too much bravado in his act. Like, I don't think so. I might be wrong, obviously, but I don't strike Genshin to be that sort of game that would make him the villain. And also, I don't know. He doesn't strike me as a bad guy. Not as a lawyer, but isn't like there is a girl who has been missing and shouldn't you find her first in order to prove he's guilty? Yeah, this nation doesn't work with normal logic. Also, this is sucks for you who just arrived to Fontaine and the next day you need to prove someone's innocence and will get you into trouble if you can't prove he's not guilty. Well, I think that's the whole point of this whole nation. They're kind of cuckoo. I believe maybe because he's eldest and he doesn't want his siblings, Fremine and Lynette breaks down. Yeah, he's worried about his siblings for sure. Well, I think he is at least.
I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Oh my god.
We were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh?
Oh my god.
Don't worry. Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
I don't know, that's a good idea.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Oh, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Lyney.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it.
That sucks.
But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case!
She wears Groucho Marx fake mustache. Yeah. Please, man, this is for your innocence past secret now. Yeah.
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see.
Oh no.
The deceased is one of Lyney's assistants named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Lyney is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence. Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
Alright. Case record. To confirm your current evidence and clue collection situation, sort case related information. You can check as yet undiscovered evidence and clues in the case record. Then investigate the corresponding area to locate them. Use the perception skill to find evidence and clues that can be investigated within a certain radius around yourself. This will advance your overall progress. The deceased is one of Lyney's assistants named Cowell. He was well trusted by all his colleagues. His job was setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. Okay. First thing, I would like to talk to the guy that asked Lyney to come back to see some kind of problem earlier. I would like to hear that. It is like Ace Attorney where you need to find clues. Yes. This is where the magic box was struck. If Cowell weren't inside the box at that moment, he might have dodged the falling water tank. Case records can be opened quickly while navigating a quest in investigation mode.
Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations well beforehand. Why would it be him?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Anything here? The broken magic box was left on the scene after the guards completed their investigation. Looking at it now, the water tank must have struck it really hard. This is where the magic box was struck. If Cowell weren't inside the box at the moment, we read that as well.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, traveler?
I think Lyney was the target. Wait. He must have been the target.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then... Wait! Why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes!
This rope was used to suspend the water tank. It suddenly broke when the fireworks were being launched onto stage. The investigation has shown that the location where the rope snapped was made of flammable material.
Go ahead, have a look around. In the end, we're both after the truth.
Can we talk to anybody else? Bogan and Quentin.
Team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Lyney and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Lyney used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? A lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Lyney knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Lyney reserved our seats for us too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lyney.
Even though it's bad for Lyney's case, Paimon had better write it down.
It's probably just because, well, I don't know. It could be anything. But if we're taking innocent side, it's probably to have a certain type of person, like a smaller woman would be better than, as they said, a really tall, big guy. Because the boxes are like not the biggest, you know? So maybe it's that, but it could be anything.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. It all started with that loud thud.
The thud? Oh, you mean this...
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lyney's trick with bated breath. So no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lyney's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank, or something like that. When the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
Yes, and what happened to her?
Wait, wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing. Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I don't think that's the thing.
I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
Yes, I don't know about that. Okay, we don't have time to just sit around. Can I talk to you guys? No. I think the only people I can talk to are people who have names. Yes, okay, fine. There we go.
Lyney's still talking to the guards. It seems I'll have a lot of explaining to do. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright.
I want to speak to Lyney about the thud. And just the count, the number count. Okay, can I climb? No, okay. I wanna get up. I think I need to get out to do that.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
What are these people? They look ridiculous.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the moor about that one, but who are you?
I can't take him, Paimon seriously with the glasses.
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
Aw, she's
Those who play
cute.
by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Miloh. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss?
Well, I am the second generation president. Miloh and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
Okay, she's some kind of royal.
Oh, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
She makes me think of Sophie's sister that I don't remember the name of from Howl's Moving Castle. Like the aesthetics. Everything in Fontaine kind of looks like straight from Howl's Moving Castle, and I love it.
That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Lyney an unlikely mastermind.
Yep.
Really? We think so too. That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition. Verena sure was quick to point the finger at Lyney without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Verena was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
It's since the defeat of Napoleon III and therefore the World War has started. Like I said, they are fashionable because it takes inspiration from Belle Epoque's French era. Is she from Geo? It's been a while since Geo. That's true. Is she a Geo character? Oh, she is!
It can be interesting at times.
I wonder what her playstyle is.
I'll blindly agree with her. All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time
She
to
looks
answer
so
mine.
pretty.
Wait a minute. Did the answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Well?
And why would that be?
Doing so makes it easy for the truth to fall by the wayside. Something serious like a trial shouldn't be treated like entertainment. Well, both. But the truth is the more important thing.
See, Silver and the Loose? I told you they'd be different.
Truth isn't always exciting or entertaining or fascinating. Sometimes it's just hurtful and simple. So, yeah.
Of you, demoiselle. I too think that the traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage
Exactly.
here must be based in
Like some trials are just boring fact-based. Well, everything is fact-based, but like just cold facts, nothing, no opinions, nothing. Just like you did this, like a tax fraud, let's say. Like you didn't pay taxes from this, and this point, and then they're like, okay. So like that doesn't sound very entertaining.
And if that can be done, boss, then
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, I like your answer. You pass with flying colors. Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Oh my god, no, we're just doing our thing.
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your
Why can't we just
I'm really not that fussy.
do it together? No assistance needed.
far be it from me to brag, but I believe that demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth.
Yes, but we need facts. Her intuition won't hold in the court, so...
Save a friend from false accusation, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know.
Navia is so cute. I know, I so wanna try playing her. I have no idea what her, like, is she a polearm? Is she a mage? What is happening?
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the opera house at the moment. If you wish
That's a lie, I can just teleport out of here.
us
this entrance?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
I doubt there was much opportunity then either. How can you be so sure?
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time, I couldn't see Lyney's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post. And I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melusines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be useful info.
Well, we're taking everyone on their word, so that I don't know how trustworthy that is, but at least we're uncovering some things. Hi, Monica! Welcome to the stream. I hope you have had a good time. Can I talk to these guys? Why are you like? I don't know why they're like glowing. I talked to those already. Okay, let's go. Sorry. Nothing here, so they must be there. I thought I looked at everything, but apparently I didn't. Can I see? Okay, there's a door here.
Hello there. What are you investigating?
You know, it's been so fun Izu plays Ace Attorney-like game where she needs to prove someone else's innocence. It's really nice to call she to describe Izu and her character Lumine. It's really confusing if Izu plays Ether as her character. Yeah, I would have preferred playing Ether as my character, but I didn't know at the time, so it is what it is. I'm good, thank you, Monica. I'm so glad to be finally able to stream again. I've missed it so much, so now I've been streaming like every day. But yes, I am really excited to also play Genshin, and also we played Palia yesterday? Did we play yesterday? Anyways.
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the magic troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a
Halsey.
Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The magic troupe members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the magic troupe at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearance.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us. It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Alright. Halsey. Not a singer, a painter.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Lyney's discussion with the guards is going.
Okay. Ah, finally we can talk to him.
Interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Can we look at this box? Yes. Alright.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
She's like Lisa mixed with some Barbara mixed with Fischl. That's what she is.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I love her eyes.
Appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Ooh, we get to see how the trick was made.
Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick.
I knew there was some kind of like
You should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
like a lever where the what is it called? The floor would like open up.
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly. Alright, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Ah, there's an elevator. That's what it is.
So there was a passageway under the magic box.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side.
Well, unlucky in this case.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
I want to know what happened when Lyney came down. Like, what did he see here? Because he had to come down and run to the other side and get to the other box. So what happened during that time? I think it's the effect of talking through yawning effect. I thought who say, okay, it's cool. Oh, it's you. I thought there is like a guy in your stream or a new character. Oh my god.
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Right. You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end.
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting.
That's how we were able to coordinate Lyney's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
Well, that's not really true that way. Because you are... Like, it would make sense if they were the same sex. Then it would make sense because they could be identical twins. But they are a boy and a girl. So it doesn't make sense that way. You could perform it with anybody. Because even though you look like... You look alike, you can never look identical to your other gendered twin.
So that's how it all worked. Wow. Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would.
I really want to watch it back now and see if I would be able to tell the difference, or did they just use his model and you wouldn't be able to tell. The one thing I like about this is the prep is allowed to go into the crimes. Perp is allowed to go into the crime scene. There's like cutscene video of it.
But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Lyney and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Yes, please don't do spoilers in the chat, please. Lyney gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work by using a box inside a box. Yes, we heard that. On stage magic book structure. Audience side magic book structure. Okay, examine ladder is required in order to return to the box. Magic book box. Oh my goodness.
What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it.
Dropped hook rope. Looks like somebody was trying to climb something. Maybe. Ooh. This was like... This is broken and...
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there...
Oh! Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear, and here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
That can't be. Trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
The glasses, I can't. Broken flower vase.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right? Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping?
Oh my god, what is going on with her glasses now?
This is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
What is going on with Paimon? What the heck? there are some clothes there. What is this? But they didn't have to change clothing, did they? I don't think so.
What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down.
The tunnel vent looks like it could allow one person passage barely, but leaving along with the missing lady seems an unrealistic prospect, unless she was the one leaving.
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes. Let's head back up.
There's one more thing. There's some kind of this thing. Okay. I'm not spoiling, I just say that perp is allowed and then they are not allowed. Alright.
Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Milou's returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement.
Isn't that the perfect
The
escape
guards
one?
have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
Alright.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
Plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Lyney and Lynette.
But they are, even if they, let's say he actually did it, what did he do with the girl? Where did he put it? Put her, not it, oh my god. Where did he put her? He can't just make her disappear into thin air. So like, what happened?
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial.
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the oratrice will hear statements from both sides. That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. Not that this has ever happened anyway.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neverlet called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment. Which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Huh? What?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Probably can be done by outside party, but who? Yeah, we don't know.
I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
In that case, Let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after. Just kidding! Just kidding! Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
Hmm? What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, Demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
What's gonna happen? Are you gonna make a cake?
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the Demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
Oh my god, I love that.
Eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Fresh macarons out of the oven. Oh my goodness.
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven. Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling.
I wanna eat my pie as well.
Carrying all that stuff around? Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process.
Even the food is like mascot of French sweets. Yes.
But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I will. After this cutscene or dialogue.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty, beating egg whites and baking like this?
Thank you.
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride
I like her.
horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try. Fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite. Strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit. No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
Paimon said merely 3 and the macarons are like this big. It's like a whole meal.
To be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Lyney and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person, but the only people left to consider are both technically victims. Whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest!
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach.
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Miloh, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
I'm confused.
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Well,
I'm confused because the Traveler had 2, the Navia had 3, Paimon had 1. How could she have eaten 5? Because there was... Her plate was empty. I think we had 1 or 2 on our plate and she had 2. I'm confused.
We don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
alright. Thanks for your help, and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Miloh, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
There was something weird about that exchange. I can't...
Time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare.
Can I now talk to her?
Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
No. I want to see if I have missed something. Ooh, I can enter the tunnel. I'm suspicious of the girl. I can't help that feeling. Like, I just, like, I really... So far the proof is broken vase, young lady clothes. Can you check evidence you have? Yes, we can check that. Oh my god. Can I leave? Or maybe not. I thought I could. How do I do that then? Aw. I thought I could check the evidence. But I don't know how to do that. I don't think I can anymore. Okay. Let's go to this time, and I will take my cake in the meantime. Or pie. Yummy! Pie and ice cream. So good. Yes. White is ice cream, vanilla ice cream.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lyney and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides,
Yes.
I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Ooh, a cutscene.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Lyney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Thank you, Mr. Lyney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Lyney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Interesting.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Heart?
The House of the Hearth?
Oh no.
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatsui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Oh, that feels unfair.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy. Oh, good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
What is she saying?
Why didn't you tell us this before?
Order! Order! Mr. Lyney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true? Please answer my question, Mr. Lyney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
Oh no.
I knew it.
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
She's crazy. Yes, she's a prosecutor. Aww.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Pylon.
I feel bad for them.
Yeah, sorry.
Pylon just knew where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Pylon's really mad.
Very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the words seemed to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to. Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatous who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now.
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
Makes sense.
You needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But, like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense. Huh? Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
Alright. This is interesting. Anything in the room? No. Alright, let's proceed. I think we can just... Like, we have differences and they do, like...
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial.
I obviously don't like the Fatui. But we don't know everything. We don't know the Fatui completely. We just know that they sometimes do bad things. I'm not defending them, but I'm just saying that we need the whole story before we start judging. And if these guys have a good character, I can't hold that against them.
When last we left off, Mr. Lyney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Ugh, that took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention, at this stage, let's revisit that scene from Lyney's perspective.
Okay. Use evidence and clues obtained during the investigation to refute any erroneous assertions of fact and replace them with new interference. Use your reputations to convince the audience and obtain more support from the people. The Oratrice will display such shifts clearly. When you find the refute all incorrect current content, you can complete the cycle of refutation and unveil the truth. Alright.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flap
I love the art.
With Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Lyney red-handed. So Lyney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Lyney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident.
Yes, but where?
And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Where did the girl go in this scenario?
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description?
Key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Lyney experienced and what he saw.
Alright. Lyney claims that he headed to the chamber containing the R3's core upon entering the tunnel and did not witness the crime taking. I think I just have to go with this.
Seems this won't produce a particularly
Oh.
effective.
No one left the opera house during the magic show. Lyney claims to have heard a mysterious voice. Wait, what was this? Entered the tunnel as the countdown began. We don't have a loophole of that. The loud sound was from Lyney and Halsey's fight. This one? Okay.
According to Lyney, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Okay. Lyney kidnapped Halsey. They knocked Halsey out using the vase and removed her clothes to prevent her from being identified. However, was Lyney really in the tunnel at the time? No, he was not.
Lyney went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core.
Lyney knocked Cowell out. Cowell walked in on Lyney, so the latter knocked him out with the vase, leading to the victim's death. The existing evidence indicates that when Lyney returned to the tunnel, the crime had already taken place, and all Lyney saw was maybe this one? Yes.
Lyney did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something
Ace Detective. There you go. Nobody knows, so I don't think that can't be improved. So your job is debunk Farina's reconstruction of events. Yosh, I prepare for the debate. I'm good at debate. Good. Good job.
When the countdown started, Lyney did indeed go into the tunnel, but he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Nice. We're even now. The onstage equipment was clearly tampered with in a premeditated fashion.
If that's the case, then if Carol had entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Lyney only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell them! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around. Oh, well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims? Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you add? You're saying that he wasn't.
Choose the most. Oh, what? I don't have time to read that. Which is the evidence that Lyney wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place? Hold on, I don't understand what I'm trying to do here. Oh, I didn't get something. That's annoying. I hope it's not that one. Okay, what do I do? I'm so confused. Which is the evidence that Lyney wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place? Maybe this one?
That's right! Lyney wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Lyney had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Oh my god, Paimon.
Well played. To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Lyney who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Oh no. Select answers and fill the empty gears to verify the correctness of your deduction. Okay. The guard's investigation report indicates that the fireworks released near the end of the show ignited and burned through the rope suspending the water tank above the stage. This box caused the water tank to fall and kill Cowell in the box below. Imagine it's Furina all along. Then only one person who can do that. Yeah. If Lyney is no longer under suspicion, only the other members of the troupe would have been able to tamper with the props. Lyney gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work by using a box inside a box. The idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across via a tunnel underneath, and Lyney himself would also use this tunnel to get to the other side. Having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of on-stage interactions. The clothes belonging to Halsey, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown.
Could there have been a third person involved? The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along?
It could be him, but why? He died. Will it tell me it's wrong? Oh, it is correct. Okay.
That can't be right. Are you serious? The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the
next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
Okay, so
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So, where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So, there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. Lyney was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Lyney as well.
how can we envisage Lyney as having been unable to interfere with the crime?
Lyney was not in the tunnel at that moment.
I think this one. Then
No one entered or left the opera house through... The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant.
and then
It would have been tough for both people to fit. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between...
no. Okay, so these two.
It would have been tough for both people to fit.
Maybe it goes this way.
Tough for both people to fit. No one entered or left the opera house through it.
Okay, no.
The sound we heard may have come from a... Halsey's clothing was in... It would have been tough for both people...
I don't understand. Leaving aside how he died, Cowell had all the means to commit the crime at his disposal. Why? Oh, I hate when the games do this. Like, my brain is hurting so much. I'm so confused. Like, I understand it's like fun to only reveal the thing at the end, but I have no idea what I'm doing. And clearly that was incorrect. And yet I'm still here in a dialogue, so am I doing this wrong? Did I lose the case? Like, I'm so confused. Cowell had all the means to commit the crime at his disposal. The strange noise could likely have been the sound of Cowell and Halsey struggling. Lyney was not in the tunnel for 1 minute. This would have given time for Cowell to bring Halsey out of the magic box in the audience stand, but according to the guard's testimony, no one entered or left the opera house, so even if he had taken her, there'd be no means of exiting. Exiting from the box would have been in full view of the audience, pretty much guaranteeing that they would be discovered.
Traveler, are you still having trouble figuring things out?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents. But do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
This is why you don't have a stage.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Like, if the show is more important than the truth, you're doing it wrong.
Lyney was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover...
Ah, there we go. That's more like it.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Oh, just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This... Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Lyney already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about two completely different things.
Even so, I trust the traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
I'm so glad at least Novelette is...
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are... water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
That's the whole prophecy.
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
So the water from the broken vase is actually the girl? Could be.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results. But we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Lyney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Alright.
The rope that strung the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and cut. As such, the focus here is on the water and not the tank. deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism. The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box. Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. Did she? I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. Lynette was in.
Do we have to go this route?
I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. The deceased's name is Cowell. Now it seems like the hook rope was.
No. Okay.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. The water from the primordial.
I don't know how to play this game. I'm just clicking all kind of different options.
The water from the primordial. I remember there was some.
Okay, this is right.
The water from the primordial. The deceased's name is Cowell.
I don't have to read them every single time, okay?
The rope that strung the water. The water from the primordial. I remember there was some.
The prime suspect is for me, Cowell. Let me help you through a kind of have some idea. It's okay, I just click. The logic doesn't follow the same logic. Like the game logic isn't the same as my logic in my head, so it's hard for me to pick clues in order because they don't, like, for me they don't really go together.
In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box.
Ooh.
When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his track.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Ooh. Yes, let's not accuse on too light of terms
Thank you,
people.
Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case, and we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Lyney's personal effects.
What?
Oh no.
It can't be.
But that's easily put there.
Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
Okay.
Lyney did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea.
I love that now she's just running with our story and forgotten altogether her other story. Like, it's so funny.
Upon his return, in cruel avarice, Lyney desired sole credit in prepare to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
Yes, but how did...
Mr. Lyney.
How... This doesn't make sense at all, because how would Cowell's body then be... Oh, it would be in the box. Got it. Okay. It's easy now. I know you can do this. Thank you. We'll see.
There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here.
Yes, I'm missing one in clue, so that could mean that I can't do this.
Oh no. Paimon can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I think we've all seen enough now. And we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Lyney, if you would be so kind.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. Once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Lyney and Lynette, give it another go. Don't worry, Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I don't know. I don't think he's the criminal here, but I also don't think that he should be allowed to perform any magic tricks currently.
I understand.
And voila.
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowell. I admit it.
What?
You know, I was right. I knew from the start. I had a feeling. It's her that's doing it all along, and she's not the victim, not some vanished girl. I don't want to say I knew it, but I kind of knew it. I was just like, oh, it's not that, because there was so much going on, but I was right.
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Lyney's show was going to be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there, and I'd never been caught before.
Wait. Is she the girl from the start of the Archon quest? The girl that was going around pickpocketing people.
But I was was noticed at the harbor a few days ago.
Yes!
I barely got away. Lyney was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief.
She's the girl who Lyney and Lynette said is a thief. Yes!
Lyney even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was on to me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lillian's perspective.
Alright. Lyney entered the tunnel, that's right. She did not dissolve. It's this one. No? I don't understand.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
Oh, got it. Okay. Fight did indeed break out in the tunnel, but it was between the other two. This one? No. Trolley meant to transport. Maybe this one?
Was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowell.
Alright. Knocked Cowell out. No, he did not. He... She had to change the clothes off.
Afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
And it's Ace Detective time on time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Alright, but who cut the rope then?
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the opera house these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macaroni.
That's why.
She swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story. Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statement? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No. I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow. Look at that. She's like a deflated...
But I want to know what happened to the rope. Why was the rope
If there are no objections,
what it
then
was?
as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was
Ah, got it.
He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Lyney, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Lyney, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Lyney and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case at least can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Ooh.
As such, Lyney and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Yay! I can imagine there will be another question involving this. I don't know if there will be, but it could be cool to see the Oratrice fail. Like they said that the Chief Justice has always agreed with it. What happens if he does not? Like somebody who's clearly innocent gets like a death penalty or something like that.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Lyney's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Lyney, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Lyney, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
Oh no, we knew that was gonna come. They are not gonna let somebody talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
They're not gonna find anything. That was just a safe, like safety thing, so that if he opens his mouth, it'll be the last thing he does.
That's true.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Lyney.
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui. I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Lyney this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story?
Always. I can imagine such ruthlessness, but not for the reason for the humiliation. It's not humiliation either, it's just that he won't talk. They don't want their secrets to be known. So Fatui makes the orphanage house to recruit them to be Fatui. Yeah, kind of works like that.
Parents first died. Lynette and I were left wandering the streets.
What about Ferminet?
To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person, and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles, but she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
This is why I struggle with the Fatui. Like, when you really think about it, they're kind of a Robin Hood kind of. Like, some of them, not all of them, obviously, but some of them are like kind of doing like Robin Hood things. Like, they have dark means to achieve good things. Like, their purpose is noble, something like that. Is it like they have different interests? It's just that, like, we need to know their side till this day, like, to this update and till this day, we still don't know what the actual purpose and reason for the Fatui is. Like, we know next to nothing about them. Like, really, we obviously know a lot of things about them, but we only know like surface level things. So, and the whole thing with the Hilichurls and stuff like that, the Fatui tries to help like the Hilichurls, and we know that those are or used to be people. So all of that, like, together, like, I know it's a long shot and it's a conspiracy, but I do believe that there is a reason why the good side deep down seems evil in this game. Like, I have a feeling I could very well be wrong, but I have a feeling that eventually we will see that we've been on the wrong side of things all along. Like, we're kind of on the side, well, we're on no one's side, kind of. We're only our friend's side. But if you think about like Fatui versus like Celestia, I guess, or the gods, I feel like the true evil after all will be Celestia, and Fatui is just like the rebels. But I don't know, it's a whole conspiracy that is like has a lot of things, and lots of people have made YouTube videos about it, and it's just sometimes I just feel like it fits so well. Like, why would the hypotheses be named after angels if they're the monsters, kind of? And why would the gods and Paimon and different things like that be named after demons? It's just, I know it's a conspiracy, but I can't help but think that's the case. And that is why sometimes, obviously when it's a bad plan and evil, then I don't condone it, but sometimes I can't look at the things that the Fatui do and the Harbingers do and think them as evil. This is why I love this game, because it's so many layered.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy.
Yeah, so the people of Fontaine and the Fontaine itself came from the ocean, and they are all just like gonna be literally part of the ocean.
All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
It's alright. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the house, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Lyney.
Oh, my heart breaks. Also, sometimes I believe they have relationship with the main character, like Pulcinella, kind of similar, like Clee or Piero. I don't know. I haven't seen. Well, I've seen pictures of them, obviously, but I haven't seen them ever in. I was wondering what's behind the stage thing. What was it called? The curtain. But it's the oratories. It would be great to be able to sit here. Can I go? Can I climb? Oh, I can't. I would love to just go there and sit on the throne. I wonder if you can reach it. Oh no, I don't think you can. I don't think you can access the... Or maybe... Maybe you can access the... I don't know. We should probably take a picture with the traveler.
There's still a long road.
I just want to take a picture and then I'm done. Can I strike a pose? Like that? Cool. All right, let's see. Let's put this back. And then... Can we make a wish? We can. Hehe, thank you. Well, it's fine. As I keep saying. Also, I have no idea. I don't think I'm even close to... What do you mean? This is not right. I'm not even close to 60 or 90. Sorry, 80. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this. Okay. I don't think I'm close to having pity anyway, so it's fine. Alright, now I will say goodbye. It's been 3 hours, which is way longer than I was supposed to stream. I was supposed to stream just like 2 hours or like an hour and a half or something like that. It's okay, it's nice to have you chat, and I still here anyway. Alright. That was a lot. That was really interesting, really confusing, but that was interesting. Fun. Thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping me company. And I will see you tomorrow with We Were Here Too with Bird. I'm not kind of person who says stay and just leave. Yeah, that would be a bit weird. Anyways, thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow, and I hope you sleep well. I hope you have a good day and a good night. And yeah. Alright. I will now go. Goodbye. See you tomorrow. Bye.